This is Trumpet Jackie Radio. Hey, you guys! Trumpet Jackie here, and welcome to podcast number 3! So anyway, tomorrow, which is November 11th, 2017, we observe what is known as Veterans Day. Now, I didn't say celebrate. I said observe. So, what is Veterans Day? Well, Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day on November 11th, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. Now, during this making of this podcast, I had the honor of reviewing the NHS's, or National Honor Society's, videos of them interviewing veterans at their national luncheon. And I would like to remark their quotes that they gave during their little interview. One veteran remarked, "Pay attention to history, because those who don't are forced to repeat it." Another veteran also said, "Whatever you decide, work like heck at it, because it's going to be for the rest of your life." Another veteran also remarked, "The use of profane language displays ignorance," which means lack of knowledge in his statement. "Your knowledge and action decides your success in life." A smart veteran also said, "Never give up on education. If you do, you'll regret it for the rest of your life." Another veteran also said, "We serve to protect all rights. Even though we don't like those rights, we will still serve to protect those rights." Now, this is just a small handful of veterans out of the many thousands or even millions around the U.S. Their quotes and their stories can practically teach an entire school just by their past experiences. I believe it's our responsibility in this generation that we need to learn and acknowledge our veterans as best as we can before they're gone. Their stories and their quotes need to live throughout history. An example of not knowing your veterans' history. When I was 7 years old in 2007, my granddad from my mom's side, Edward Honeycutt, he was ill with skin cancer. But at the time, when at a young boy's mind, I was scared of old people, to put it that way. But looking back at it now, when he passed away, I just wish I got to know him better, because I barely knew him. I mean, he gave me a steam-powered train toy, but I still didn't, trusted him in that 7-year-old mind. But whatever you do, guys, if you know any veterans out there, be sure to get to know them better before, This has been a podcast over Veterans Day. I hope you really liked this podcast. I hope it was educational and maybe emotional. But yeah, If you like this podcast, please press the like button down below and consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you can stay up to date with my podcasts. See you guys next time on Trumpet Jackie Radio. You've been listening to Trumpet Jackie Radio, brought to you by... This podcast wouldn't probably exist if it weren't for our veterans. So me, from Trumpet Jackie, if any veterans are listening to this podcast, I thank you.